What's going on, guys? This is going to be another Legion video. Just walking through the Legions and kind of talking about them, giving you guys some good options for openers, etc. So we did Grove last. We're going to jump into Mech. Now, Mech is an interesting one, as it's kind of a... How should I say this? It's an odd one now because Tempest really doesn't fit the synergistic options with everything else, right? So if I'm looking at Mech in a vacuum, if I have to pick Mech, the thing I really look for is Pyros and APS with Millenniums. You'll need to re-roll for some sort of arcane or fortified tank, as Berserker's just Swift. But so for this game, we are going to go with the legendary Pyro start, as my chat knows I love so much. Right. The big thing in Mech is if you can get ahead early with something like Pyros. Pyros, again, allow for a pretty good push. You only realistically need a handful of Pyros to hold a lot of the waves with APS. It just is a little bit of a guessing game to see how you get there. Pyro into APS into Pyro, exactly. So, the bot I'm setting into is a Green Devil, again. I'm going to try something a little different this time. I'm going to go for a DT on 2. I want to see if I can get the DT on 2 going. My chat is saying just Pyro into Pyro into Pyro, and then Leak on 10. You can theoretically hold with a Berserker if you get the Berserker upgraded or something of the sort. Be at 39. Be very close to getting the spell. Just mean the DT out. Very close. So we don't get the DT. It doesn't really make sense for me to send the snail now, so I'm just going to shift it and see what they build. Make the bot panic a little bit. Still the same build, wow. So I'll go for a DT this wave, and I'll probably resend a DT on 4. We should be able to go 5-worker pretty comfortably here, and we'll just go APS half square down on 4. 4-4. The nice thing about Pyro is you really don't have to worry about anything the first 3 waves. You just hold, right? There's not like... Is there anything that can really leak Pyro in the first 3 waves, realistically? Dino, maybe, or Hermit on 3, maybe, but I don't think it's even physically really possible to leak it. So yeah, we're sitting in a good spot. You don't really have to worry about early game waves. The only waves that are really a problem with Pyro start, I would say, are 6 and 8. 7 even isn't that bad. Hermit doesn't even leak Pyro 3. I didn't think so. Pyro had a pretty good attack speed, but I just couldn't remember if it did. Let's see, we get 40 in King Ups there. That's actually beautiful for us. We will leak the Green Devil here because of the DT, I believe. Maybe not, though, because of the extra guard. But we should be sitting pretty good. Go another DT here. No, the extra gargoyle looks like is enough to cause the Green Devil in this situation to hold the DT. Now you know. It's pretty difficult to leak a Green Devil on 3 to begin with, so I'm not too worried about it. Just shooting the shot and see what happens, right? That's how you learn in this game. The Green Devils are pushed pretty hard. We will get the extra snail, so I'm going to send it. I did not push 6-worker because I needed to make sure I got the APS out. APS higher, you think? I used to do 1 lower. But I guess APS doesn't have as big long of a range. The APS would be way too far in the back now. APS higher will split tank. Should, theoretically. There you go. Yeah, APS has more range. I used to do it lower because of, what was it, Dino? Dino leaked harder if it was higher versus lower. Something of the sort. Regardless, I'm pushing hard here. I pushed, can I push 2 here? Oh, wow. the flower out of the yellow bot this time. That's something I have yet to see. We leak them a lot. 98%. That's huge for us, actually. The downside is we don't get any king damage. The fire elemental will clean this up like nothing. We will get the brute coming down to mid to us, and then we'll be sitting pretty. Long wave is not bad for us. I could have theoretically pushed another worker here. I do worry a little bit about 7, so I kind of have to. I'm going to try to play a little smart here. A little bit here. I need 275. So what I'll be able to do is go a second Pyro, and then go for a. What should I do on this? No, I'll do here. Go for a second Pyro here, and then I'll go for another Zuka or something of the sort. I'm going to send into 6 on the Green Devil Flower build. Not a whole lot for damage. Not a whole lot for tank either. Oh, Jesus. Okay, especially when they do that. So I'm going to push another worker here because I get another Pyro, and I think 2 Pyros and an APS should be enough for 6, especially when they're not going to send me. Mech is actually Pyro spam, yes. There's not a whole lot you can do with Mech otherwise. Mech has always been Pyro spam. We're going to send a brute here. 2 Pyros even hold 7? Yes. Depends on the send. Obviously, if they send you a Hermit or something, you're in a kind of a bad spot, but it's not a bad situation. But yeah, Mech is literally APS Pyro spam. It's almost always been this way, Mauer. That's why Mech is kind of almost brain dead to play, because you can just Pyro spam with APS. Let's see how we leak this guy. He does end up getting the Sky Queen. I think Sky Queen is enough to hold them here, but we'll see. Sky Queen's a pain in the tuchus. Yep, it'll hold. Sky Queen OP. My next send wave I really want is 9 now. The only downside is I have 8 to worry about. So we're going to income send one more time here. And kind of see where we're sitting. So like this. We do 2. This should give us enough value just to even kill off some of the small stuff. I am going to try to shift for a Millennium. I think as bad of a play as that is, I think Millennium on 8 might be helpful. I don't want to go like a veteran or 2 because that just makes me super weak now. The brutes. The brutes. That might leak me. I'm actually not sure. I kill the brute. That's good. I'll take that. 30% leak. That's not bad at all. And so now what we'll do is I'll just go for a unit to help me hold 10. Realistically, it's about all I need. I might re-roll here soon to look for a tank. That's something that kind of is a struggle here. I didn't really get what I was looking for, but I did get the Warg. You could Tempest Halo here, but I'm just gonna go with the Warg just because it's a more along the lines of I just need a tank in this situation, and Pyro spam can kind of carry me home. We're gonna go for the triple Pyro here. No. We'll go for the what's the range here? These guys. We'll go for the Zerker. We'll go for the Zerker here. This should allow me to hold this wave as well as 8 and then 10 if I go Fatalizer. The front line might kill me here. Kind of glad I didn't go another Pyro because I would have been SOL here. The waves target by first to fire. What do you mean by that exactly, JCO? Big leak here. Not surprised with Pyros. Not surprised with Pyros. You're going to be bound to leak 8 pretty easily. That being said, we're not in a terrible position. We should be able to leak Mastermind bot here if we go... Let's go the pack leader here. I think pack leader is our best bet. 55, right? So we'll need to send the snail to make sure we have enough. But we'll get the Theta, which puts us in a pretty good position. Just the hard part with this in general with Mech is that it just lacks an overall good tank, especially now that Zerker is now more of a DPS unit, etc. We just got king ups. Okay. That's interesting. I still think I go Fatalizer here, maybe? The Death Cap upgrade is a difficult one to get through. I don't think there was anything I could have sent really to kill the Death Cap here. 11's probably my next best play. I'm tempted to push, but I think I might just go Theta upgrade still because I want to make sure I have a lot of value going into these next 2 waves, because I would love to venture here, depending on what happens this coming wave. I am extremely weak to frontline units. Centon 11, though, is the only downside I have to going like Theta and Pyro. I think this is a good showcase of the downsides and the positives to AoE, right? The downsides and the positives to AoE, because there's just so much potentially that can go wrong. If they send good, etc., like it's a very difficult combination to pull off. We're gonna go Venture here. Guaranteed now. Theta will clear this, no problem. Even if it's targeted right away, which it is. It gets close. I will say that. It does get close. Makes it a little scary. Cyan's leaking finally. I'm just going to send Dino and Snails here. I really want to get Venture, so I want to just have as much income as possible going into this wave. Go Venture here, and then we'll go another Pyro. I think I need a couple more Pyros if I want to hold 12, make it a little bit easier for myself. And then what I'm going to do is after I get a couple more Pyros here, I'll start looking at getting a Doomsday then for 14 and 15. That will help me get rid of some of the small front line that they end up sending me all the time, as well as just be a relatively good thing to Chungus its way through the waves. I think it's just massive DPS. I just gotta make sure I hold here, and then it should be good to go. We still get 2 Pyros hitting the back line. This should be enough. APS is gonna be able to do enough. Hey, ZFGS, thank you for the primer. Appreciate the Bezos Bucks, my man. This might be a pro league, actually. Oh, almost killed the extra. Almost killed the extra. Okay, my teammate got the bot down. Interesting Leviathan placement by the bot here. very curious to see what this is going to turn into. I think now I look at 13 against my bot. I think 13 is probably the best potential option. Yes, yes. At least the bot is not sending me Hermit Mole. Like there is a positive here. You are correct, Mauer. I just think with me having Venture and Pyros, I should be good here. I just definitely have to start worrying about the fact that I don't really have a clear for really 14 or 13 for that matter. So the plan is to go Millennium and then upgrade the APS, because the APS will make the Pyros a lot stronger. And then we're going to be looking at Millennium to help us push through in the meantime. I mean, this is a pretty juicy resend into us again. We're able to push pretty hard again with the Pyros. Again, it might be a pro leak. It's always very close with Pyro. I don't think we'll kill the Cannoneer is the problem. Maybe. Maybe we do. Yeah, we get her. Interesting protector there by the bot. What we'll do is we'll go upgrade, drop the Millennium. We'll then look for getting the upgraded Millennium next wave after pushing quite a bit here. Alright, we got full Venture. They've sent us a lot. You don't really necessarily want to be this over here, right? 60 over is still probably way too much with a Fatalizer here. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of crap on 13, and I'd rather have more than not, right? Just making sure I didn't have a bloody nose there, sorry. Chat. Let's go with the Dino here. They do get a Fatalizer, which means it doesn't really make sense for us to send them 13. But we'll be okay. I'm hoping my bot gets his guy. My bot is doing a very interesting Warg build. Maybe you should watch my Warg video to understand how to use them correctly. Hashtag plugged. Or something, I don't know. I'm tired. We're gonna get my guy. Okay, so that's a positive. My bot leaking small. Not a huge win for us. But it's something. Gotta look at the positives. There's some gold here, which I desperately need to make sure I get the Millennium upgrade next. What I could also do is just go another Millennium non-upgraded and push a little harder, right? Which I might just do that instead. Yeah, that's kind of the play. Do that instead. Then we'll look at getting a Millennium upgraded plus another APS for next. We're kind of under here, which is a little bit scary. But I don't think we need to worry too much. Yeah, ping your bot when to send. I'm kind of letting him send whenever because his guy's kind of doing whatever. You can ping what and when to send your bot for your bot. They sometimes listen, sometimes don't. Okay, 80 resend into me for like the 6th time. Beautiful Leviathan placement here. Using that extra Leviathan up top super well. We should hold here, no problem. Even though we just have double Millenniums, they should be enough to get through, and they are. The Pyros are doing quite a bit of damage, actually, though, comparatively. My bot looks like it's going to pro hold. That's good. I'm going to send Millennium, upgrade the Millennium, place another APS. I want to try to get those guys as fast as possible. In terms of their attack speed. We got 94. I think I'm going to upgrade the Dino. I send not upgrade, but send the Dino. Lovely that it sent me frontline mercenaries. My bot might actually hold here. Quite a bit of value in my mastermind bot. I think my best bet really might be to go 18 onto them. For both of them, actually. I leaked pretty hard. That's not good. My bot does as well. Ugh. We get my guy. We might just die here, though. I think this is a fine video still, for the sole reason that I think this showcases how bad Mech can be if you don't get the right reroll. I've never been a huge fan of Mech for the sole reason that at the end of the day, like, if you just get in a bad position, right, with AoE, whether it's be behind, whether you just leak on a wave you shouldn't, etc., it can be kind of nasty. My bot just constantly sending. You love to see it. At this point, I'm just going to go for a little bit of frontline tanks for next wave. We've got two APS Doomsdays. And that's kind of going to be what we're going to have to use for our DPS late game now. It's about our only good option, which is kind of why... again, why this is a tough one. The positive here, guys, with Pyros and Millenniums, and this is a synergy that I guess people don't really talk about. At the end of the day, Pyros put the wave lower, right? They get the wave lower health-wise. And the Millenniums then just slam the wave for extra splash damage, which you can see is happening here. Every hit is basically a splash, and every splash is extra damage given. My bot is going to leak his guy. Nice. AI OP. 50 gold shut. Lol. 50 gold shutdown's hilarious. Guys, Elysium, this is a just going to be a YouTube video that goes over every Legion. No, the YouTube series that goes over every Legion, so that's why we're kind of going one by one. My bot actually is doing a really good job of holding here. And the only thing that makes me worry about 18 a little bit is the Fatalizers, but I really don't want to... I guess I could theoretically resend here. Or send with my bot here, but... Well. We're going to place like a Peewee here so the Pyros shouldn't die as quickly. I'm really tempted to send with my bot here, not going to lie. I was kind of thinking 18, but then thinking about the Fatalizers, it kind of throws me off. We should hold here. We'll see what happens. My bot is doing this. Yeah. I should hold here. Mostly all the backlines, all the sends just get shredded by the APS and Pyros, so. My bots hold pretty well, actually. Ah, there's all the flowers. Sneaky, sneaky bot. Sneaky, sneaky. At this point, my bot is basically just sending every wave, so that's fine. We just gotta kind of play around it. Gonna play around it. We're gonna get quite a large send into our bot here, which should be enough to leak him. Now at this point, now that you send it skips. Exactly, Bauer. That's exactly how this works. The bot doesn't know what it wants. We're gonna put another APS here because again, this will protect our pyros and also make them a little faster, faster attack speed in general, 30% quicker. So that's positive. Millenniums are freaking so crazy with the extra attack speed. After income, I'm gonna go for the leader. Chat come up with the bangers. Everyone thought this was a 2v2, but it's actually 3 bots versus me, of course. So the AI does go another Fatalizer and another Zerker, but I don't think that's enough here. Fatalizers are really good on 18, but you need more than just the Fatalizers, right? And that's the hard part. A lot of people just think you'll be able to make do with whatever, as long as you got Fatas. Well, sure, if you had a lot of them, yes, but you do need something else combined with the Fatas to really get them to push out. The Mole surviving here, as well as the Pack Leader and Centaur, is really good for us. We should get a lot of damage here. If this doesn't kill them, I will be extremely surprised. Well, exactly. The Fatas are in front, and they're not as tanky anymore, right? So it's all of their tanking. Right? It's all of their tanking. So, at the end of the day, like, if you had these Fatas behind the flowers, the bot might have held. But without it, it's a problem. You'll see, though, post 15... and, you know, a couple leaks here early. The 8 leak is to be expected, I'd say, honestly. Post 15, Pyro and APS with Doomsdays is great. But early game, it's a little bit suspect, to put it nicely. But that's kind of it for the Mech Legion. And yeah, if you liked it, hope you like the video and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.